Hello, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my very first video that I'm recording for my channel. I'm pretty new to YouTube, so I don't yet really know all the fancy stuff that people do with editing their videos and doing all that really cool stuff. Um, I'm hoping that I'm going to be a quick learner and be able to make my videos fun to watch. Um, my goal for this channel is just to share my journey, my health and fitness journey. I don't really know all the stuff that I'm going to be sharing until I actually start doing videos. I imagine I'll probably do some food and cooking videos, maybe some exercise videos. I don't know. I really don't know what my goal is. My goal is to inform, inspire, educate, motivate, encourage, all those things. I just want people to understand how important it is to take care of themselves and understand what they need to do to make that happen. So, this video is really just going to be me sitting and talking because, like I said, I don't really know yet how to do all of the fun, weird video editing type of things. So it's just me talking. I just wanted to come on and share my story. So this is hopefully not going to be a super long video. I'm going to try not to ramble. If you follow me on Instagram or you follow me on Facebook, if you've seen my Facebook live videos, sometimes I do ramble. So I'm going to try really hard not to do that. So anyway, I am just going to, well, first of all, let me introduce you to Oakley. You see a lot of Oakley if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook. He is our Great Dane. Um, so I don't know, a few months ago, we decided to put a spare bed in the office. There used to be a bunch of bookshelves back there. And we got a new bed. We decided to move the old bed into the office and make a spare bedroom. So he's loving it. It's kind of his bed. So you'll probably see a lot of him on my videos because he loves to lay in here in bed when I'm in the office. So that's Oakley. Okay, so just going to start from the beginning. I mean, my childhood, I had a good childhood. I had a great family. I don't know why, but I really didn't have a lot of self-confidence when I was younger. I'm not sure why. I had a loving family. Everything was good. I just struggled with self-confidence. I never felt good about myself, ever. I just remember always feeling like I just wasn't, I don't want to say not good enough, but I don't know, I was just never happy with myself. And then as far as food, I imagine that my family was like a lot of families growing up. Um, a lot of people just don't know what it means to eat healthy. So I didn't really eat healthy when I was younger. I didn't really drink water. I drank a lot of soda. I just, you know, all of the standard American diet, also known as SAD, the SAD diet, all of that stuff. That was my childhood. Um, and then, in school, like my, I don't know, middle school, high school um, age, I don't know how to say it. I still did not have a good self-image. My self-confidence was very bad. I was always worried about my weight, and I was pretty skinny. I mean, I, you know, pretty average. But I developed an eating disorder when I was in school. Um, Anorexia, bulimia. I, went through all of that. I was so afraid of gaining weight. And I had just this really, really unhealthy image of myself. Just, no self-confidence. that it is, I mean, a lot of people go through this. This is probably nothing new to, a lot of you that are watching this, but that was my school years. And then after school, I went to college, got a job just like everybody else. I'm a normal person. um, I gained weight. I don't know, I can't even remember. I want to say like maybe around 20 or 30 pounds I gained. Um, I don't know. I was still, unhappy with myself, did not love my body, did not love myself, very poor self-confidence, just all through my years. Um, so, I just didn't feel good. I always tried to exercise, but I never really knew what I was supposed to do. Didn't really understand weightlifting, that kind of stuff. Didn't understand healthy eating for sure. I just was like everybody else, eating what I thought I was supposed to be eating. And, pretty much, with my eating disorder through school, I mean, my solution to everything was just to starve myself. If I just didn't eat anything, then I would lose weight. That didn't really work out that well. Honestly, if you starve yourself and you're not ever eating anything, you tend to then go through the binging where you're so hungry that you just eat everything, all the bad stuff. I don't know, it just ends up being not very productive in reaching your goals. So it was in 2015, my friend Heidi, if you are watching this, I love you, girl. Heidi, she used to share meal prep stuff, all of her food pictures. She was exercising, she was doing all this healthy stuff. And I thought, that is what I need. I need to learn how to exercise because I didn't really know what I was supposed to do. And I needed to figure out what I was supposed to be eating. I had no real idea. And I went to nursing school. I'm going to tell you, for all of you people who think that doctors and nurses and people in the medical field understand healthy eating and nutrition, they don't. I mean, my nursing school, I went to a 4-year, I have my bachelor's degree in nursing. So I went through 4 years of nursing school. Plus I did some other stuff too in the medical field. And I think through all of my years of school, I think I had one nutrition class and it was very basic, very basic. So when you think that because someone is a doctor or a nurse that they understand healthy eating and nutrition, they don't. We don't get any special education or training in nutrition. It doesn't happen. It should, but it doesn't. So I just didn't really understand what I was supposed to be eating to be healthy. So I reached out to Heidi. She set me up with Beachbody. So I know you guys have all you've had to have heard of Beachbody. So they have exercise programs, and all of the exercise programs come with an eating plan. So I was like, that is awesome. That's perfect, right? This is what I need. So he might start snoring pretty soon. He's starting to breathe heavy. He's sleeping. So just so you know. So anyway, I went all in with this Beachbody thing. I decided I am going to be so healthy. I'm going to exercise. I'm going to figure out how I'm supposed to eat. Started doing the 21-day fix, which I mean, unless you live under a rock, you've probably heard of 21-day fix. I mean, if you've tried to learn about anything related to exercise or fitness, because 21-day fix is everywhere. So the concept is it takes about 21 days to make or break a habit. So I went all in for 21 days, all in. I followed the eating plan. I followed the workout plan. I didn't drink any alcohol, which, I mean, I like to drink alcohol on the weekends. If you guys have known me for a while, you know that. Just all in. And I lost 14 pounds and 11 inches in just 21 days. And I felt amazing. I felt so good, so good. So I stuck with that for a while, but I will tell you that I started to just kind of, I was following the eating plans, but, I would have some times where I would eat off plan and stuff. Like, I mean, that's life. You can't expect to be perfect 100% of the time, right? So I kind of struggled with, up and down roller coaster with my weight and my eating and stuff. Um, and I also, one of the things that happened for me that I noticed is, so all of the healthy eating plans are very heavy focused on fruits and vegetables. So I was eating a lot of vegetables, which I love vegetables. They taste amazing to me. I could just live on vegetables because they're so good. But I was just having so many issues with my stomach. I mean, my entire life I had problems with my stomach. I'm talking like digestive, I don't know, like bloating, reflux, problems with bowel stuff, just really bad, miserable all the time. It just didn't really feel that good. So, long story short, I ended up going to a GI doctor and I did find out that I had IBS, which is irritable bowel syndrome. So, one of the things that I learned through the years is I am very sensitive to most vegetables. I'm sensitive to dairy. I'm sensitive to gluten. um, the way that I figured this out is, gosh, I don't remember what year this was, but I decided to do the program called Whole30. Again, you've probably heard of that. It's a very common program. Whole30 is considered an elimination diet. So for 30 days, you cut out all of the foods that are known to cause inflammation in the body. The number one food is sugar, pretty much all carbs, gluten, nuts, dairy, all dairy, alcohol. Trying to think if I'm forgetting something. So anyway, I went through 30 days of cutting all that stuff out. So basically, my meals consisted of meat or like fish or chicken, stuff like that, just protein, vegetables and fruit and healthy fats, like a lot of avocados and stuff like that. Everything else I cut out. I was feeling okay, feeling pretty good. And then after you finish the 30 days of not eating all of those inflammatory foods, you take 10 days. They should call it the whole 40 because it's actually more than 30 days. You take the next 10 days and you one by one introduce all those foods back into your eating plan. And the goal is, so like one day you introduce one food, you see what happens. Then I think it was another 1 or 2 days, you go back to eating the Whole30 way. Then the next day, then you add one more of those foods, see what happens, see what it does to your body. So I did this. I learned, like most people, you probably don't realize it, but very sensitive to sugar because sugar is like poison in your body. So sugar was bad. Gluten was bad. Dairy was my worst. Well, aside from sugar, dairy caused the most inflammation. And I'm talking like it just made me feel sick when I reintroduced it. Lots of stomach issues, lots of bad stuff. So anyway, I learned that I was sensitive to those things. But, we're told that the only healthy diet out there is to eat a diet full of vegetables. So I kept eating vegetables, continued to always feel bloated and have these crazy digestive issues. Like, I think probably every time I would leave the house to go to any kind of event, anything out in the public, I would always have to take Imodium or Pepto or something before I left the house just to make sure my IBS was not an issue while I was out in public. And it was bad. So I don't think I ever really, back then, I didn't really fully understand the effects that all the vegetables were having on my stomach. And I'll talk about vegetables later, but so part of what was happening too was I was still eating a lot of carbs. I wasn't really eating like super high sugary stuff, but I was still eating carbs. I was trying to stay away from gluten as much as possible. I was eating a lot of rice. I was eating, a lot of potatoes and vegetables that are high carbs. And gosh, it was so long ago that I don't really remember all of the things I was eating, but I just know I was eating carbs and I was just, whatever. So what I discovered when I was in that stage, when I was following the Beachbody programs and the eating plans, is every program has an eating plan. And then every program also has like this, like some of them would be a 3-day or a 5-day or a 7-day or a 10-day. They would all have this extra eating plan that was like a fast track, feel good, get your body back on track type of eating plan. So I found myself going to those programs a lot. So what those programs were was basically protein, healthy fats, and vegetables. And you would cut out carbs for like whatever those days were. Like your meals would not have a lot of carbs. You might have maybe 1 or 2 meals a day where you would eat like half a cup of brown rice or something. So you were still eating some carbs, but it was drastically reduced. So what I was finding is when I started to feel really bad and bloated and, I would commit to one of those short-term programs, one of those eating plans, and I would do, like maybe a 5-day or a 7-day eating plan of that, where I was just focused on protein, fat, vegetables. And I might have maybe half a cup of rice for the day or something. And I would feel so much better. It would just, I was still having some bloated stuff because of the vegetables, but overall it would make me feel better. So I started thinking, I was like, I don't know what he's doing. Oh, he's just changing positions. So I started thinking, if I feel so much better when I'm eating these temporary eating plans where I'm not eating a whole bunch of carbs, maybe there's something to that, right? So I will be honest, back then I thought that the keto diet was absolutely ridiculous because I wasn't educated about it and I didn't really understand it. I didn't really know anything about it. So, I just thought it was this crazy fad diet and I thought it was super unhealthy. But then I started researching it because I thought, when I'm not feeling good, I do this little temporary eating plan where I basically cut out carbs and then I feel better. Right? So I started researching the keto diet. And by researching, I mean, I was searching online, reading everything I could read. I was ordering books, reading all kinds of books. I was on YouTube watching all of the doctors that specialize in the keto diet to hear what they had to say. I was going to podcasts, listening to podcasts. I would download like Audible books and listen to all that stuff. And I started to understand that there's a reason behind the keto diet. There's a purpose. It is actually a very, very healthy way of eating, more so than the SAD diet. So it took me a while to understand and learn and educate myself. But I think it was October of 2019, after 4 years of eating the healthy eating programs I was trying to follow, I decided to give keto a try. So I'm really glad I did, because the changes have been incredible for me. So just the very basics of the keto diet. So there are macronutrients that your body needs. Okay, so you've got protein, you've got fat. Your body needs protein and fat. They are essential for you. Fat, it helps support your hormones. It helps with your brain health. It just helps with so many things. Protein is the building blocks for everything in your body. Protein is probably the most important macronutrient. Okay. And then there's carbs. There are no essential carbohydrates. You do not require carbs. There is a process that your body is so smart. And that's why, hundreds of years ago, this is the way that people would eat. It's the natural, normal way for people to eat. Your body is so smart that if it needs glucose for any reason, it will go through gluconeogenesis and it will turn protein or fat into the glucose that it needs. So you do not need to actually eat glucose, carbs, sugar. You don't need to eat those. Carbs are not essential. Your body is smart. Your body is able to tap into what you are eating, your protein, your fat. And if it needs glucose for some kind of body function, it'll make it. Gluconeogenesis. Google it. So what I've learned, just basic keto stuff here. If you guys want to learn anything, more about my keto experience, please subscribe to this channel. You can join my keto community. If I figure out how to do it, I will post a link down below this video. Like I said, I'm brand new to YouTube, so this is all really new to me. But basically, keto is when you get rid of the carbs, you force your body to use fat for energy instead of carbs. Your body actually does really well using fat for energy. When you are using fat for energy, your body produces ketones. So that is why it's called the keto diet, the ketogenic diet, because you're putting your body into ketosis where it is producing ketones. So initially, the whole reason that the keto diet was ever created was to help treat people with brain conditions, because your brain loves ketones. It absolutely loves ketones. And then as the years went by, they started to discover that there were actually a lot of other health benefits to eating a keto diet and being in ketosis and having ketones flowing through your body. So, all of my previous beliefs about the keto diet being unhealthy and horrible for you, they were not true. I actually learned that there are so many health benefits. So I just committed to the keto diet. It is not a temporary fad diet. It's actually a lifestyle. It is a long-term healthy way of eating. I know it's really hard for people to understand that eating something so high in fat can be so good for you. But when you take away the carbs, then fat is your energy source. So your body is going to then use fat for energy. So when you think about all of that, it actually does make sense. It's just really hard for so many people to wrap their minds around that concept because we've been told for so many years that eating fat is bad. That is not true. If you eat the wrong fats, that's bad. But, if you're eating the healthy fats that come from animal products that, they are good for your body and your body needs them. Like I said before, you need fat to support your hormones, to support your brain, to support so many different functions in your body. And if you are eating a really, really low fat diet, you are not helping your body. You are actually harming your body. So anyway, moving on. So I've been doing the keto diet for a while. And again, okay, so keto is basically you're eating protein, you're eating healthy fats, and then your carbs basically come from the vegetables that you eat. Of course, there are a lot of keto snacks out there and stuff, but the healthier way is to not mess with all of that processed other keto snacks and stuff like that. It's just eating whole, clean foods, protein, fat, low carb vegetables. Okay, so that's what I was doing. I was feeling better. My IBS was doing better for the most part, but I was still having issues. Okay, so in the keto community, I, joined lots of groups and everything. And through other people, I learned about two different ways of eating. There is an egg fast and there is a beef and butter fast. Okay, so what happened for me was doing keto, and then someone starts talking about an egg fast. So I'm like, I got to know what that is. So looked into it, researched, read, did all that stuff. I decided to try it. It is basically for like maybe 5 days. You just eat eggs and fat. I know that sounds really unhealthy to a lot of people. I get it. It sounded bad to me too. I was like, this seems, gosh, I don't know. But I tried it. No vegetables at all. All I was eating was eggs, butter. Sometimes I was eating mayonnaise too. A little bit of cheese. There was like you could have a little bit of cheese with this too. And I discovered that, oh my God, I felt amazing. Amazing. When I would do this 5-day egg fast, I felt so good. So then I'm like, oh my God, I didn't have any stomach issues. I felt so good. I had so much energy. And I was like, this is so crazy. Can't believe this. And so I started, in the support groups talking about it, and like, how often can I do this? Can I do this every week? Like I feel so good. And obviously the people who understand it were like, yes, you can do it every week. So I pretty much started doing like just Monday through Friday or Sunday through Thursday. It would just depend on what was going on. I was doing the egg fast. I was just eating eggs, mayonnaise, butter, cheese. And I felt so good. But then I got a little bit bored with it, and I was like, oh God, I'm kind of getting tired of just eating eggs. Well, then someone in my support group said something about the beef and butter fast. I was like, well, okay. You just eat beef and butter. That's it. There is a substitution list where you actually can replace some of the beef with eggs or chicken or, fish or whatever else you want. But for the main concept of it, it was just beef and butter. That's all you ate all day. No cheese. There was no cheese for that one. But so I was like, okay, I'll do that. So did the beef and butter fast, felt amazing. So amazing. I could not believe that I had felt the best I'd ever felt in years. So I started alternating. Like one week I would do the egg fast, one week I would do the beef and butter fast, and I would just rotate. And then on the weekends, I would eat things that were keto, a little bit off of that stuff. So I would eat some vegetables. I might eat a salad. I might, eat something extra, fat bombs, keto treats, things like that on the weekends. I mean, of course, then come Monday, I wasn't feeling as good as I had been. So I would go back to either my egg fast or my beef and butter fast, right? So I could feel good. So in the beef and butter fast support community, I was like, oh my God, I feel so amazing doing this. And someone was like, you should try the carnivore diet. Carnivore diet? What the heck is that? I'd never heard of such a thing. Never heard of such a thing. So researched that, started watching videos, listening to podcasts, reading books. That's the way I am. Like I won't do something until I have fully researched it to know that, sorry, I've got a hair. So that I know that it's okay, it's safe, it's good, it's healthy. So I am a researcher. I like to read all things, collect information, collect books. That's just me. So started researching the carnivore diet, and I was blown away by what I learned. So many people have changed their lives, changed their health conditions, resolved chronic health problems that they have been dealing with for years. It's kind of like the ultimate elimination diet. You get rid of everything that causes inflammation in your body. You just eat animal products. You eat meat. You eat eggs. Some people can tolerate dairy. Yes, dairy is an animal product. So you can have cheese if you can tolerate it. But basically, it's like, and butter. Butter comes from technically an animal too. So, it's basically meat, eggs, butter, dairy, that stuff. And by eliminating all of the things that cause inflammation in your body, you allow your body to heal. So there are so many stories out there about people who have successfully just resolved a lot of their health conditions that they were struggling with and never able to resolve before. So I went all in with the carnivore diet. I was like, this is amazing. And so that was in January of this year. I decided that's what I need because the vegetables are destroying my gut. They are tearing me up. Well, in all of this research I was doing, I learned about anti-nutrients in plants. Plants don't want you to eat them. They're called anti-nutrients. And so even though there is nutrition in vegetables, there are also harmful things in vegetables. And I never knew that. I've learned so much this year. I'm telling you, I never knew that. So I went through something because of that. So one of the anti-nutrients or one of the things that are in most plants, it's called an oxalate. So they're like little crystals and they're toxic to your body. So things like spinach, almonds, I'm trying to think of all of the things. Sorry, I cannot think of the list of things right now, but I know spinach was a big one. And I ate a lot of spinach. I ate a lot of salads. So these vegetables have oxalates in them, which are little crystals that are toxic to your body, but you eat them anyway. And so your body is so smart that it knows that it needs to just tuck those things away, keep them out of your blood system, keep them from flowing through your body, and they kind of get buried in the tissues of your body. Okay, so when you stop eating those things that have oxalates in them, your body is like, oh, I don't have these flowing through my body anymore. I don't need to store anymore. I can start releasing some of the ones that I've already got stored and get rid of them now. It's called oxalate dumping. So I started carnivore in January, and then in February, it was a really rough month. I went through oxalate dumping. For me, okay, so for everybody, this is different, but for me, it was GI stuff. It was bowel bladder stuff. It was just a lot of really miserable, uncomfortable stuff. So what I learned is that if you decide to go carnivore, you need to gradually decrease those things so that your body isn't just like, whoosh, let's get rid of all these crappy things we have stored in our body. Dark chocolate is very high in oxalates. So, what they recommend is that you just gradually reduce those things. I didn't know that. So I kind of went through a miserable transition time. But what I learned is, you can eat just a little bit of dark chocolate a day. You can drink a little bit of almond milk. I think stevia has a little bit of oxalates in it. Tea, like green tea, black tea. So what I've done is I just started drinking. I drink tea every day. Regardless, whatever, I drink tea every day because I don't want to go through the oxalate dumping anymore. I'm sure I still have oxalates stored in my body. Ideally, you would want to just let your body get rid of all of them. It would make your body feel better, healthier, get rid of all of those stored oxalates. I started feeling pretty good. So I just decided that I want to keep them at that dumping at a minimum. So I drink tea every day. I do some stevia in my coffee. I drink some almond milk in my coffee. Every once in a while, I might eat just a little chunk of dark chocolate. So anyway, after I got through that period, then in March, then I was like, whoa, feel awesome. Energy. My stomach is good. My brain is good. My focus is good because, you get ketones in your body and your focus is so much better. You just have more energy. You feel better. So I'm committed to carnivore because that is what makes my body feel good. So then I kind of then transitioned to more of a ketovore because carnivore is like just animal products. Every once in a while, I like to have some other stuff. I really like to eat my dill pickles. I really like my stevia. Every once in a while, if I make like a chicken salad or a tuna salad, I like to use mayonnaise. Mayonnaise is not carnivore unless you make your own mayonnaise out of like bacon grease. There's a way that you can do that. So there's just a few little things that keep me from being 100% carnivore, but I am very close to it. I consider myself ketovore, which is a combination of keto and carnivore. I keep my carbs very, very low. Some days a little bit more than others because there are some carbs in eggs. So depending on how many eggs I eat in a day, it can, be a little higher. But yeah, I don't ever try to go over 20 total carbs a day. A lot of times I might be like around 8 or 10, which is very, very low, but my body feels so good eating this way. There was just something else I was going to say, and I can't remember what it was. Oh, another thing why I consider myself ketovore is I don't want to be so restrictive in my way of eating that if I want to eat some vegetables, I want to be able to eat them, because there are still some times where, like, let's say if we go out to eat and maybe I want to get a side salad. I mean, it's not going to totally destroy my gut. I do usually end up having some upset stomach issues when I eat it, but every once in a while I just want it. Sometimes we want things that aren't good for us. And sometimes I just want a salad, or sometimes I just want to mix some kind of veggies in with my meat or something. But for the most part, I'm committed to a mostly meat-based carnivore diet with a little bit of keto stuff here and there. And it's working for me. I feel good. Um, so anyway, I don't really know what else to tell you. That was a big story, and I feel like I've been talking forever, but that's my story. That's where I am now. So I like to share my journey. I like to educate people. I like to motivate people. I do still do my Beachbody workouts. I still exercise. I try to exercise 6 days a week. I still do all of their workout programs. I just don't follow their eating plan because it's not healthy for me. It does not work for me. I just like to encourage and motivate everybody to just make healthy choices. Do what is good for you. If you feel good eating vegetables, then fine, eat them. I'm not trying to convince you or tell you that I think that you should do a carnivore diet because I know it's extreme. I'm just sharing my journey, sharing what I've been through, sharing what I've learned. And so my goal for this YouTube channel is just to continue to share everything. I might share recipes. I might share kitchen videos where I'm making food. I might share what I eat in a day videos. I might share workout videos. I might share some of my favorite products that I use. I don't know. The opportunities are, endless here. I'm going to just go with what feels good. I'm going to do videos about what I just feel like you need to hear. So, all right, I'm going to stop talking. I would love, love, love it. I would appreciate it so much if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm very new to YouTube, but what I understand is it's a very big deal to try to get people to subscribe to your channel. So please subscribe. I don't know how often I'm going to do videos or what they're going to be about, but my goal is to just share information and do videos. So please subscribe. If I can figure out how to do all of this stuff, I'm going to share some links in the comments with the video, however that works. And if you want to join my keto community, you're welcome to. Follow me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram. I share my stories very regularly, pretty much daily. I share what I'm doing, what I'm eating, my exercise, Oakley. So yeah. All right, guys. Thanks so much for visiting my channel. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you soon.